So the Knicks were asking a bunch of coaches who already had jobs to be their next coach after firing Tibbs. Seems
Yeah.
like that has not worked out so far. You said
Mhm.
that you haven't closed the door on Kidd being the coach. How do
Yeah.
you see it playing out now that all these teams have said no to them?
All right, can I listen? This might sound devil's advocate-y, but can I make the case for the Knicks here?
All right.
If you're not worried about that it looks like embarrassing, what's the harm in asking? So they have now asked and been rejected as far as not necessarily by the coach, but by the team. For the Rockets with Udoka, the Mavs with Kidd, the Timberwolves with Finch, the Hawks with Quinn Snyder, and there's one other one that I'm forgetting. I know it's been 5 teams. The producers maybe. Oh, Billy Donovan with the Bulls. So they have asked about 5 head coaches. Now that seems haphazard and it seems amateurish. I understand that. But this is the argument that I would make on the Knicks' behalf. If they've known all along, hey, assistant coach X is someone we are comfortable with. Brew has talked a lot about Johnny Bryant. Let's just use him as a placeholder. He used to be here. Our players liked him. He didn't get the Suns job, right? They feel that way. They also feel confident that no other coach is getting fired. There's only 2 teams left playing, so it'd be and obviously Dagenhalt and Carlisle aren't getting fired. So they don't have to worry about anybody potentially jumping them in the line for one of those assistant coaches. If they have that in their back pocket, what's the problem being like, hey, awesome coach Y, we'd love to talk to you. Are you interested in talking to us? And the team saying, no, you can't. They're like, okay, no harm in asking. There is an element of this that I gotta say I almost respect.
The humility?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's humility, but like the lack of shame in that, hey, like if I'm an NBA coach at this point and the Knicks haven't asked to talk to me, I'm a little offended. And like if you're Eric Spoelstra or Joe Mazzulla, are you not like, hey, what you don't want to talk to me?
Well, it's insane.
Well, Spoelstra's a funny one because obviously Pat Riley, was the head coach of the Knicks. He now runs the Heat. Spo's not going anywhere. Mazzulla's not going anywhere. Kerr's not going anywhere. I understand all that. But I'll tell you who. And again, they would get rejected. But my buddy, who I just saw for the first time in a few months, Ty Lue, when I was out in Vegas.
Ty Lue?
Yeah, the Ty Lue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kansas City's own. Us native Kansas Cityans, we got it. I mean, he's from Mexico City, Missouri, but still.
All right.
Ty Lue's got to feel like, where's my ass? Why haven't you asked Ballmer to interview me? Now, I think Ballmer would say no. Here's the thing, and this is where I am serious. What is the harm? What is it? And for everyone making fun of and I'm not a Knicks fan, but for everyone making fun of the Knicks on Twitter, someone finish the thought. This is awful because ... They look disorganized? I mean, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you fired your coach and you had kind of basically no plan and you can't find one. But you're saying if they had an assistant coach over there that they trusted. In that scenario, I guess it does make sense.
Yeah,
But
and not
who knows
necessarily
if
one
that's-
of their own assistants,
Right.
but an assistant somewhere else in the
somewhere
league.
else.
Here's the thing. Most teams when they fire their coach, it's not because they knew who the next coach is going to be. It's because they don't want that guy to be their coach anymore.
But I guarantee you most of the candidates that they're asking for aren't currently employed.
Well, right. They're not setting their sights high enough, I guess. But when the Nuggets fired Michael Malone, they did not know who that Dave Adelman was going to get that job. They knew he was going to be interim, and then they were going to do a coaching search. Now, because they played well in the postseason, they felt they didn't need to do a coaching search. And so if people want to argue they shouldn't have fired Tibbs, so be it. I think they might be right about that. I also understand, and this was the analogy I used on the show yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs won double-digit games and won the division basically every year with Alex Smith. But they felt like there was a hard ceiling, so they were going to take a risk, trade up for, a rookie quarterback, and then after he had basically no experience whatsoever, trade away Alex Smith, knowing our floor might get way lower, but we want a chance to win a championship. Now, that guy ended up being the greatest quarterback to ever live in Patrick Mahomes, so it worked out beautifully. On a much briefer scale, the Minnesota Vikings with Sam Darnold. We won 14 games. We made the playoffs. We want a chance, though, to be great, so we're going to move on from you. That, to me, is the logic with what they did with Tibbs. They felt like, you're a good coach, but we are not going to win 4 straight rounds if we don't, with this roster, if we don't get an upgraded coach, so we're going to roll the dice. And the first the first half dozen dice rolls are, they went after the best and the brightest. I think it is a weird look. I don't think it actually has a tangibly negative impact on them.